Hey everyone, welcome back. So one thing I would say is it'll be interesting when the markets open tomorrow. It's 21st of February 2022 on the West Coast about 10:45 p.m. And I'm interested to see how the markets do. It's not looking good because of the developments that happened throughout the day as far as Ukraine is concerned. So there was a speech that Putin gave, and then he kind of recognized the rebel areas or the areas that are under rebel control in Ukraine, and I think he also sent quote unquote peacekeeping forces in there. So this is something that US was warning against, but nonetheless it has happened. So what I'm interested to see is how much of this was priced in by the markets. We knew that there was a problem going to happen, and the markets were responding with it. But I think there was also an optimism that it may not happen, or something diplomatic solution could be worked out, but nothing seems to have worked. And what I have here is obviously from a this is the news that I'm kind of talking about. This is Putin orders troops into eastern Ukraine, Russian forces to be sent into Moscow regions, and what the Kremlin is calling a peacekeeping mission, which is kind of crazy. But you know what? It is what it is. But one indicator of how the markets are reacting all over the world, the Asian markets. And I always look at it, usually, the day before, it kind of gives me an idea of macro trends, because macro trends across the world impact the markets kind of similarly. This is a war that could escalate. There are global consequences, and as you can see out here, all the markets are red. There is not one market that is green. Mumbai Stock Exchange is also known as Mumbai Sensex is down 1.4%. Have been doing quite well. Hang Seng in Hong Kong is down 2.9%. Nikkei is down 1.76, Taiwan 1.38, and so on and so forth. As you can see. So I am interested to know how much of my portfolio is going to drop tomorrow. It'll be interesting. I have been hanging on by a thread to stay above $200,000, and I feel tomorrow, I think this will be definitely less than $210,000 if I can sort of if I can correlate the Asian markets with what is happening in the what might happen in the US market tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, I would say for those of you who are probably like my age, in your 30s, sort of trying to build wealth over time through stock market, I think these kind of disturbances are not going to stop, right? 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 15 years from now, there might be a country at the brink of war. So if you think about it, the last one was the last one that we had was back in one of the we've had many sort of instances. I mean, like, one thing that I remember when I was a kid was the Iraq invading Kuwait. So I think that was a big event. Apart from that, there have been like very regional skirmishes between countries, but again, invading a country is another level. So it'll be interesting to see where this portfolio sort of lands. Another gauge is how Bitcoin is performing, because Bitcoin is, as you might know, is active throughout the weekend. So it's not like you get a respite from it through the weekend. It's down 6.04% today, and Bitcoin is definitely more volatile than the stock market. I'm assuming the stock market or S&P 500 probably will be down close to 2% tomorrow, 1.5 to 2%, maybe even more, but in that range. So yes, I'm kind of hanging by a very loose thread now. I really want to stay above $200,000 because it'll be very disheartening to see this dissipate. But as I've mentioned before, I'm going to continue to hold on to my positions. I'm not liquidating anything, but I'm not buying anything either. As I'd mentioned, I have a few dollars that are in my brokerage account. I leave it. I'm not going to move it. So, anyways, I will, see how this goes. Maybe hopefully tomorrow I can sort of compare my, forecast of down probably to 200,000, less than $210,000, and S&P down between 1.5 and 2%. I'm just curious to know how much of this Ukraine crisis, quote unquote, was priced in by the markets, because they were just falling down every single day. Now we know what might happen, and we'll see how markets react tomorrow. Anyways, just wanted to give a quick sort of, make a quick video in terms of this particular development. I know I'm smiling, but inside I'm not, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye.